live in the dungeon. This is the Dream Warrior Review. I'm Kurt Thomas.
I'm Strawn.
I'm going to read this with a Hungarian accent.
No, you're not.
A young woman befriends a lonely widow who's harboring a dark and deadly agenda towards her.
That was a really bad description. And
of a really bad film.
it had its moments. I liked.
You know what?
I liked a few things here and there. This was like a
all I
Woody
have to
Allen
say
movie on morphine with no jokes for like 3/4 of the film.
I was gonna say this is like somebody gassed a Woody Allen movie, and
It would have made a really good short movie, like if they started like 3/4 of the way in and just had that part.
yeah, nothing original here though.
No.
Nothing. You know what? It's funny. I had this feeling to myself that the most original thing on it was the device that they used to get it going. Right?
Right.
I mean, you know, and the thing is the only interesting thing in the whole thing was that device, and the rest of it was just absolutely like watching.
It was all predictable.
Paint dry.
Even the part
completely.
where you see later on you see the thing getting picked up and you know who it is already.
Right. Yeah. And you're like, and you went, okay.
And the guy
now
that
where
walks,
are we gonna go? Now where are we gonna go with that?
Exactly.
Right?
And then there's the guy that came in that you knew something was going to happen to him immediately.
Right. You're walking. You know. Dead man walking. That's exactly what I thought. I thought dead man
But
walking.
he actually wasn't terrible. Usually those actors are terrible.
Yeah, no. He
was pretty decent.
He was pretty stupid though. I mean, come on.
I did like the thing with where the thing gets taken off the.
Yeah, that
was a great
interesting.
shot.
It was a good shot.
Yeah.
And her
Yeah. And then the thing in the basement when they unzipped and
yeah,
that was cool.
It
was.
was.
I like certain parts, but I don't. As a whole, I didn't really think this was great.
The thing is nothing like that needs that long of a setup. You know.
No.
Here. Overall, I want to start into a movie. I don't care if I start into the movie and you're in the middle of a car chase.
You don't know what's happening. In
fact, I was thinking of this the other day. I was thinking, I've seen The Hidden a lot lately. I've talked about The Hidden a lot lately. And the thing that I really like, one of the things that I like the most about The Hidden is that it starts in the middle of
bank robbery, right? Or it's in the bank.
In the middle of
I need to watch
car
it again.
chase. Car chase. And there's just something about that super appeals to me. I mean, starting in this one.
This could have started with somebody groggy with being drugged or something.
Right. And it didn't even give you a hint of that. I don't like a film that, you had the same pacing as Mother.
Yes. Oh gosh. Yes.
It was just super slow and super slow and super slow, and then all of a sudden in the last 15 minutes, and it was honestly about
this could have been a 30-minute episode of something.
This could have been dark Black Mirror. This could have been an episode of Black Mirror.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. In fact,
she was so good at being creepy, though. I got to give her a little credit. The actress.
Yeah, the one that played Greta.
Yeah, Isabelle Hubert, is that her name?
Yeah, but you know what I have to say? There was at no point was she likable.
No.
And here's the thing.
Not at all.
The thing is, I think that this would have worked better if she was kind of like an Aunt Bee character.
Oh, like Angela Lansbury would have been perfect.
Exactly.
Yes.
You see, because that's to me, that was kind of the basic premise problem of this film, is that
she was not really likable.
She didn't look likable. She was cold, and her accent, and the whole thing. I mean, I don't want to say bad things about the French, because and basically because enough bad things have already been said, and we know what those are. So anyway,
well, I did like I like the roommates, the two roommates. I
yeah,
thought they were good. They did well casting those two.
They really did, and here's that thing about like the last 15 minutes of it. I mean, there were pieces that came in that I did like the last 15 minutes, but all I wanted was 15 minutes in front of that.
Right.
It would have been perfect.
Yeah, it was kind of sleepy at the beginning.
Yeah.
I think I heard snoring about 15 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, the most... I have to say that the bathroom stunk really, 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 really bad, and that was kind of the. I went to the bathroom just to wake me up.
We need to get
because we know that bathroom.
We
is
definitely
funky.
don't have any listeners from corporate of this particular movie chain that we go to.
If somebody doesn't know what the phrase "funky" means, I think that they need to be introduced to that bathroom because. There's something about that smell in there. It's starting to become something,
It's gonna kill somebody one day.
Well, it's got... The thing is I noticed it maybe about 3 months ago. I noticed that it started to grow hair, right? And now the skin of it has got texture. Mm. It's got hair. I'm almost 100% sure I saw it reading a book tonight at some point. Now, that's an odor. Right? I mean, it's
an odor if you could taste it and you could describe the flavor.
Yeah.
And it has multiple levels.
It's just like my mom used to heat.
It's like a fine wine.
Yeah. Okay.
Complexity.
Yeah, because boy, it does start to screw. It's starting to screw me up as I walk in there.
Which I kind of wish this movie was like that. If it was more aggressive
that's
and
what
more
I'm saying.
in your face.
I had more in my face. Fast forward heavy metal thinking in the bathroom.
There's a lot of ways they could have started this. Actually, I would have liked if they started it with like her being followed, like running down the with this creepy lady following her. That would have been better. And you're like, what's going on here? I mean, of course, that's the easy way to start a movie.
Right.
But that's what I would have done if I was writing a screenplay.
But just in the middle of something.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then go back. Why not?
Yeah. I agree with you entirely.
So you should re-edit this movie, and then we'll watch it again. And then
I keep telling you, too many people do that already.
We should have gone with my original plan. I was like, if this movie is lame,
yes,
we're going to leave halfway through and go watch Medea funeral.
Here's the thing. I'm thinking that we should start to put together combinations of two suck movies.
Yeah.
And then we go and we see the beginning of one and then the end of the other.
So this could have been like the Lego movie. Maybe it could have been Grego.
Right. And then we review it
right
as a single movie. Absolutely. But we would go to this one as
makes
second.
My head hurt though.
So that I don't have to sit through those, like the credits for Lego, which.
So we watched the first half of Lego and the second half of this one. That would have been interesting. Probably.
Right. See?
Oh, the Lego movie got better towards halfway through. All of a sudden, that lady...
Yeah. No. I don't doubt... No. Yeah, right. All of a
sudden this lady's thing was getting...
and the animation was better.
This lady's thing was getting...
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So there was... And another thing, the characters were pretty flat in this one. Like, there wasn't any, like, interesting... change in the characters really, except for the one that got put in the thing. Right.
Yeah, her arc.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, I really kind of enjoyed the other roommate more.
Yeah.
She was obnoxious and she was she was just had more character than this girl. What's her name? Because I really like her. I've liked her a lot in some of the stuff that she's done. I think she has a great look in...
Isn't it Chloe Grace
Moritz? Yes.
Yeah. Micah Monroe. I think it's Micah. Micah Monroe.
Micah Monroe was the one that...
yeah, she was... I thought that was perfect. Really good. Well, they're a good pair.
Yeah, they are a good pair. Yeah. Like I say, Isabella Hubert was it was a little bit too worldly and not likable enough. You know, her character needed to be likable so that it sucked us in a little bit further, you know?
Yeah.
Because, you know what, just looking at her, you think to yourself, you know, she's got Hitler back behind that piano somewhere, right?
Or she could be Hitler. Maybe not that that's where he is.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so, and props to the detective.
I want to also give props to the way that they worked with Toronto, Ireland, and where else? China?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, no. All of the executive producers are Chinese.
Right.
And so you have an executive producers are all Chinese. And the production company is out of Ireland. Shooting in Canada,
right,
for New York.
It was awesome. That mixture, it worked.
Yeah, it really did. And those were American actors.
It's like a fine Netflix production. Except for that would have been like Hungary or someplace, Budapest.
It's like a fine wine spritzer. A little 7-Up, a little orange soda.
Well, this was below average. If I took the last 15 minutes, though, I'd give it a higher rating. But this, I think it's like a 2 for me.
Altogether,
kind of.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, I'm at a 1.7. I really, you know what?
I give it a 2 because there was some points where I was like, "Ooh, that was okay," and then I was like, "Okay, back to normal."
Yeah, after waiting that long, short of seeing the 2 roommates have sex right there.
I would have worked in a lot more sex scenes, like with the older lady and the younger girl.
Yeah, you know what? That's disturbing.
And then I would have had the roommates do some stuff. You know, I mean, why not? And then maybe have the dad do something.
Why not? Because they weren't doing anything. They weren't doing anything else.
Well, it's like we've talked about. Actors need to be doing something all the time,
right?
Instead of just standing there. So
that's right.
Why not just disrobe and you know?
Yeah, just a little bit of this, a little bit.
This movie would have been really bizarre if that was the case.
A little bit of that.
In fact, it would have been a lot better though.
It would have been a lot better.
Weird things happening.
All practically watchable.
Yeah. And the dad was pretty. I've seen the dad before. He's always kind of
he's
average,
always good. You know what? He's good enough. Absolutely good enough.
And that was what's his name?
Calm.
Fiore or Fiore.
Yeah, that's.
But he's in a lot of good movies, though. In fact, he is in, which I just realized this because I just looked at his credits, The Umbrella Academy, which we're probably going to be talking about soon.
Is he?
Yeah, he's on the. Yeah.
Oh, one woman that I wanted to point out that was in this that was actually pretty good was the one that knew the daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was good. We actually saw her. We just recently reviewed something that she was in.
She was in Velvet Buzzsaw.
Velvet Buzzsaw. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought she was really good in Velvet Buzzsaw. Actually,
she was really good. She was really good in Velvet, and she was really good in this too. I mean, it was a very small role. Zoe.
Yeah.
Zoe
Ashton.
Zoe Ashton. Yeah. Yeah, no,
she has a very serious face. Isn't she like a British actor? Yep, she's from London.
Well, Brits, they're all serious except for when they're real.
In fact, Velvet Buzzsaw is the most recent thing on her credit.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wanderlust.
But yeah, she's a TV actress, obviously.
Gotcha.
But yeah, anyway,
that's
interesting.
That's about all.
That's all we have for this one.
That's
really, I don't
really
have anything else
weird.
to say.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was kind of mediocre, I guess. I mean, the cinematography was actually pretty good. I liked how it was shot. I like how the movement was with all the camera movements. It was nice and smooth. It was like a decent, maybe like a Martin Scorsese's understudy or something.
You know, overall, I think that with the advancement of the cameras, I think that overall, cinematically, it's getting easier and easier and easier to make a pretty decent looking film.
Mm-hmm.
But But Hollow just the same.
Yeah.
Because you're right. It was a good-looking film.
I liked Age of Innocence, and some parts kind of with the classical music and this moving cameras. But Age of Innocence was 20 times better overall, like as far as cinematography goes. Yeah. I mean, you have to watch that one to see that.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about. My suggestion is watch
Age of Innocence.
Age of Innocence. It has a Winona Ryder in it.
Oh, so now I have to watch that.
I was taking a film class and I had to watch it. Ugh. And my job was to only look at like basically camera shots and the way they use the cameras and stuff. So that was what I was looking at. So now I remember that in my head now, but that is so much more worth watching than this one was. So there you go.
There you go.
If you like classical music and pretty stuff, go watch that.
Yeah, why not? Okay, I'm not enthusiastic, so I'm done.
And the funny thing is,
I said I'm done.
This movie just crashed my IMDb. Just had to mention that.
Well, computer's done too.
I could hear it screaming.
This is the episode. Please stop talking about this movie.
Wow, that's weird. Okay. Thanks for joining us on the Dream Warrior Review podcast. Don't forget to tell your friends about us, follow us, and, of course, like us. We can be found on Podbean, which is an amazing app, YouTube, Stitcher, Alexa on any pod, iTunes, Google Play. We're on Twitter as well, at DW Review, and, of course, Facebook. You can find us there. You can also email us at dreamwarriorreview@gmail.com.